In this video, we install the two foundations of your private voice AI stack on macOS. First, Homebrew, the package manager that handles every developer tool you will need. Then Ollama, the runtime that runs large language models entirely on your machine. No cloud API keys, no subscriptions, no data leaving your laptop. I will walk through install, verification, and troubleshooting for both. If you already know the terminal basics, keep terminal open and follow every command on screen. A package manager is the App Store idea applied to developer tools. Instead of dragging DMG files and guessing where they landed, you run one command and the manager downloads, configures, and registers the tool. Homebrew is the de facto standard on macOS. It has tens of thousands of packages, active maintenance, and a huge community answering questions. For this voice AI project, Brew is how we install Ollama and Python without wrestling with manual installers. If you have only ever installed apps by double-clicking icons, this is the mindset shift that makes the rest of the build feel easy. Why not grab installers from random websites? 3 reasons. First, version hell, the wrong chip, wrong macOS, wrong archive format. Second, dependency chains. A tool might need OpenSSL, readline, or another library you never heard of. Third, updates. Manually checking 10 vendor sites every month is wasted time. Homebrew tracks compatible builds for your machine, pulls dependencies automatically, and lets you upgrade everything with 2 commands. That is how professional dev environments stay reproducible. Installation is one official command from brew.sh. The pattern downloads a script with curl, then executes it with bash. The flags matter. F fails cleanly on errors, S stays quiet, S still shows real errors, and L follows redirects. Always copy the latest command from the official site. You will enter your Mac password because the installer uses sudo for system folders. Characters will not appear as you type, that is normal. The whole process usually takes 1 to 2 minutes. Install finishing does not mean your shell can find Brew yet. Path is the list of folders terminal searches when you type a command. Homebrew lives under opt Homebrew on Apple Silicon. The installer prints 3 lines, append shellenv to your Z profile, then eval it in the current session. Run them exactly as shown with your username filled inch. After this, typing Brew should work in every new window. If command not found appears, path was skipped, go back to the installer output and paste their lines verbatim. Verification takes 10 seconds. Run brew -- version. Any version number means success. Then brew doctor. Ready to brew is the green light. Warnings sometimes appear about unrelated tools. Read them, but do not panic unless brew itself fails. If doctor cannot run at all, path is still wrong. Fix that before installing anything else. Screenshot a successful doctor output. When something breaks later, you know the baseline was healthy. Let us install something real. wget, a command line downloader. Type brew install wget. Homebrew resolves the bottle for your architecture, pours it into cellar, and links the binary into bin. Confirm with wget -- version. Then cd into your AI_project folder and run wget against example.com. You should see index.html appear when you ls. Congratulations, you pulled a file from the internet without opening Safari. That same pattern installs Ollama in just a moment. Memorize 8 commands and you are set. Install with brew install name. Search with brew search keyword. List with brew list. Inspect with brew info name. Great for spotting dependencies before a big install. Refresh the catalog with brew update, then brew upgrade to pull new versions. Remove with brew uninstall name. Diagnose with brew doctor. Pro rhythm, update, then upgrade maybe monthly. You do not need to memorize the file system, but it helps when debugging. On Apple Silicon, everything sits under opt Homebrew. Seller stores version package folders. Bin holds symlinks so wget and brew itself are on your path. When a command behaves oddly, brew info tells you the real path. Intel Macs mirror the same idea under US or local. Understanding this layout demystifies permission errors and orphan files. Homebrew is done. You have a package manager, path is wired, doctor is green, and you installed wget as proof. From here, every tool in the private AI stack installs with brew install. One command dependencies handled. Now we move straight into Ollama, the runtime that turns model files on your disk into a working local AI assistant. With Homebrew ready, we install Ollama, the runtime that runs large language models entirely on your Mac. This is the engine behind your private voice assistant. No OpenAI bill, no data leaving your machine. By the end of this section, Ollama will be installed, the service will be running, and you will know how to verify and troubleshoot it. What exactly is Ollama? Think of music files and a music player. The model weights are the songs, gigabytes of neural network data on your disk. Ollama is the player that loads them into memory and generates text. It is not the intelligence itself, it is the engine that makes intelligence usable. ChatGPT and Claude apps talk to cloud servers. Ollama gives you the same category of tool, run models, get answers, but the compute stays on your laptop. Why Ollama specifically? 5 reasons. 1. Simplicity, Ollama pull to download, Ollama run to chat. 2. Apple Silicon optimization, M-series Macs with unified memory get strong performance. 3. Model management, keep several models, switch between them, delete what you do not need. 4. A built-in HTTP API on port 11,434, so your Python voice app can call the model programmatically later. 5. Privacy, prompts and responses stay local. Here is the runtime flow. You start Ollama as a server process. It listens for incoming requests. When you send a prompt, from the terminal, a Python script, or a web UI, Ollama loads the chosen model from disk, runs inference using your CPU and GPU, and streams tokens back. All of that happens inside the boundary of your Mac. After models are downloaded, you do not need internet to chat. Cloud versus local, the trade-offs that matter for Ollama. Cloud services offer the biggest models and continuous updates, but your data travels to their servers and heavy use costs money. Local Ollama keeps everything on device, works offline, and costs nothing beyond electricity, but models are smaller and frozen at a training date. For learning, prototyping, and private work, local wins. Many developers use both. Cloud for frontier tasks, Ollama for experiments and production apps where privacy matters. Installation is 2 Homebrew commands. First, brew update so your catalog is fresh. Then brew install Ollama, about 30 seconds on a modern Mac. Confirm with Ollama -- version and brew info Ollama. You should see a version string and install path under opt Homebrew seller. That is your AI runtime installed. No account signup, no API key, no credit card. Alternative path, download the desktop app from ollama.com. It works fine and may auto-start the service from your menu bar. I recommend Homebrew because all your tools live in one ecosystem and upgrades are consistent. If you use the desktop app, you might not need Ollama serve manually. Check the menu bar icon. Either path is valid, pick one and stick with it. Starting the service. Run Ollama serve in a terminal window. It stays in the foreground, like a kitchen that must be open before orders arrive. Watch for listening on 127.0.0.1:11,434. Localhost means this computer only, not exposed to the internet. Port 11,434 is Ollama store number. Open a second terminal with Command N for everything else. Closing the serve window or pressing Ctrl+C stops the server. Verification takes 30 seconds. In a new terminal, Ollama -- version confirms the binary works. In Safari or Chrome, Visit localhost :11,434. You should see Ollama is running, a simple health check. If both pass, your runtime is alive and ready for models. Bookmark that URL. When something breaks later, this page is your first diagnostic. Troubleshooting. Address already in use means Ollama is already running, maybe from a previous session or the desktop app. Run pkill Ollama or quit it in Activity Monitor. Command not found means path, restart terminal or run brew link Ollama. Browser cannot connect means serve is not running, start it again. Slow first startup is normal, while Ollama probes your hardware. Full recap. Homebrew manages your developer tools. Install from brew.sh, wirepath, verify with Doctor. Ollama is your local LLM runtime. Install with brew, install Ollama. Start with Ollama serve. Verify at localhost 11,434. Keep one terminal for serve, use another for commands. Cloud AI sends data out, this stack keeps it inch. Next up, pull your first model and have a real offline conversation. If this helped, subscribe to Life of Geeks and turn on notifications. Comment setup below for the printable Homebrew and Ollama cheat sheet. Scan the QR code to open youtube.com/@lifeofgeeks773. If you want the full private voice stack built for your team, check the link in the description. Your local AI foundation is installed. See you in the next video.